Welcome to Flashpoint Friday, a weekly series where I select one game at random from Flashpoint's archives and give it a try. And maybe, just maybe, the game might actually be good. Hello everyone, welcome back to Flashpoint Friday, and this week we have Hercules Archery game. Now this is another Shockwave game, and it's opened in a very small window, so I'm going to have to zoom in post, so I apologize if the image looks blurry or low res on your end. But it's worth noting, though, that not only is this an official web game that was hosted on Disney's website way back in the day, but this might be the oldest game that's cropped up on the series so far. According to Flashpoint, at least, this game came out all the way back in 1997, which, as of the time of this recording, that would make this game 29 years old. I think I better just jump straight in before I spiral into an existential crisis about the passage of time. So anyway, here we are. This is an archery competition, I believe. And I don't know if this is meant to be a particular scene from the Hercules movie or not. I've actually never watched the Hercules movie from start to finish, the Disney Hercules movie. I have seen a scene or two and a song on YouTube in the past, and if I was to hazard a guess, I don't know, this might be part of maybe the training montage from, I think it's called One Last Hope, the song sung by the Danny DeVito character, because the doll looks a heck of a lot like the doll that Hercules tries and fails repeatedly to rescue before he finally nails it at the end of the song, at the end of the training montage. Although I seem to remember the doll might have had brown or black hair rather than blonde, but whatever. I'm not gonna nitpick too much, especially for a movie that I've never actually watched all the way through. Well, I got 140 points there. So yeah, to explain the gameplay mechanics, so long as you hit a target, it can be any target, including the doll, you don't lose any arrows, and the number of arrows you have left is in the bottom right corner there. I've been whiffing, unfortunately, for this round. Oh, I didn't get anything. 0 points. Ouch. But if you hit the middle target, looks like you get 10 points. The back one, you get 50. And if you hit the doll, you lose points. So far 60 points. I haven't lost any arrows. Oh, I hit the doll there though. Looks like it's negative 20 if you hit the doll. So that nullifies two hits for the middle target. So you really want to incentivize trying to miss the front doll, but also try to consistently hit one of the two further targets. Yep, well, I missed that time around. And that time too. There we go. Maybe I'll shoot straight ahead this time. Hey, that was pretty good. Okay. All right. I mean, by 1997 standards, I'd say this is not that bad, really. Considered I guess I'll play another round or two while I explain my reasoning for this. Consider that back in those days, hardly anyone, as far as regular internet users at least, didn't have broadband. They were reliant on 56K or heck, maybe even 28K dial-up internet. And so games back then really had to be very simple like this just due to the technical limitations of the time. Because you could theoretically make a game that's complex with high production values, but most users, it would take way too long and probably use up too much bandwidth too, trying to load it. So these very small and simple bite-sized game experiences were the way to go back then. Alright, so I'm not doing so good, probably because I was focusing more on talking about the historical context of this game rather than focusing on the game itself. Let's see if I can get this out of the negative here. Ooh, not if I miss like that. All right. Can I at least get it back to 0? Ooh, it seems doubtful. Okay. Nope, -20. Ouch. Well, I don't want to end on a poor performance like that. We're off to a great start there, 50. And I hit the doll. That's unfortunate. That's all doubly unfortunate. I'm not so good at this. It's all about timing, but everything moves so fast though that it's hard to gauge exactly when's the best time to shoot. Makes me wonder if the game might be running a little fast or not. Maybe back in the day, maybe this ran a little slower, but I don't know. Maybe it didn't, because if you're going for score attacks, and this presumably had a high score table probably and such, you would want to make it difficult for the users. 120, that's fine. I'll just go ahead and call it there. So that's Hercules Archery game, and like I said, it's a pretty short and simplistic score attack game. But considering the technical limitations of the time, that's kind of what most devs went for back then. And back when the internet was still new and novel, I'm sure this would have been pretty entertaining back in the day, especially for kids who are fans of the Hercules game. I would say it might not have aged that well over the years, especially since the high score table is lost to the ether long ago, I'm sure. But if you wanted to see what people back in the 90s were playing on the web back then, and what animation studios like Disney were producing on their websites for entertainment back then you might want to consider giving this a go. And who knows, you might enjoy yourself for a little bit trying to get a high score. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Flashpoint Friday, and take care, everyone.